Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the AERO GT World Challenge for round number 1 today, wherever you are in the world for Road Atlanta. We are just about to get ready for qualifying for a 7-lap session here before we split it up into 2 heat races right after. So how this series will work is Heat 1 will be determined by the qualifying order that we're about to watch at this moment. And this will give us a good opportunity to see which cars are going to be faster here through the very fast technical corners here at Road Atlanta. So every tune for this series has been made personally by AERO. Sorry, mic cut out there. We get a nice and sunset Road Atlanta here. So we will have 22, I think 23 drivers in total tonight. It's always fun to join in a new community and a little helping hand with the whole broadcasting portion of it. We watch AERO, Tommy, and the Nissan Nismo go around. I believe the Nismo is the highest PI'd car. So we have 6.6 speed, 7.2 handling. And we'll compare it to someone like, I believe Diamond Man 2014 is in a Lambo. Yes, he is. 7.1 speed, 6.9 handling. So, possibly if we start to see some Nismos and Lambos battles, so they probably won't be too far off pace here. So it looks like we got a lot of fast drivers here. A lot of well-known people as well. For me, at least. So it looks like for this season, Diamond's just gonna ride with the Lambo and try to see if he can pick off a few wins, top 3s, top 5s at some of the powerhouse tracks this season. Tonight, however, it's gonna be somewhat of a swing or a miss for some of the car selections that a lot of these guys and gals are choosing for this season. And we'll go through the field as we're watching Diamond and LMP TVR go around. TVR in the Aston Vantage. We'll hop back to, not sure if it's set to, it isn't set to best lap, so we don't know exactly who has the best lap as of now, but it does say that Tommy, AERO Tommy, has the provisional pole so far. Not sure if that's a clean lap or a dirty lap, but wow, obviously we'll find out in the end of the race results. Got Bay Area driving the RSR, leaning more towards the power side of things with a little bit of grip. That's what the RSR is known for. Take a little lap around with the RSR. Right in with, I done forgot, Bay Area. Sorry, it's gonna be a while before I get used to everyone's names here. Atlanta is a very tough, very technical, very fast track to master. It's one of the toughest tracks to probably be consistent at, as someone just DC'd from the lobby. But not only are they trying to run their best laps for qualifying here, they're also trying to see where they're going to find themselves in the race, which cars they're going to be battling with. As you can see, the RSR going around the Ford GT here. It's driven by Vision. That Ford, not too good on the streets, but it looked like he didn't lose that much on the RSR there. But the Ford should have a very good enter and exit throughout the corners here. But again, it's like a swing and or miss here for Road Atlanta. Let's see, who else can we hop onto? Hop onto TGM Hellcat here. Also in the RSR. So, I think we have 2 RSRs. I think we have more than 2, I'm pretty sure. I actually need to turn up my mic here. Getting a little too quiet. Alright, that should be better. We'll hop on board with AERO 592, another RSR, so that's the 3rd RSR we've seen. So if you're just tuning into the stream, this is round number 1 of the AERO GTWC here at Road Atlanta. This is currently qualifying lobby. Don't know the exact times on who has put in the best laps. Go up to LMP TVR now, who's driving the Aston Vantage. So it looks like Farhands has provisional pole with a 0.6. Not entirely sure what Farhan's car selection is. This is wrapping it up for qualifying. Got R4M Luis in the Mercedes SLS. It's a very fun car to drive. Alright, so Farhan's currently on provisional pole with a 19.6, as majority of everyone has crossed the line to in our 7-lap qualifying. Farhan's has been running the RSR. So 4 RSRs, I do believe, if that is correct. Alright, we'll take a look at previous race results. Alright, so there's a look at the best laps from everyone through the field. Trying to find, so we have 1, 2, 3, yes, 3 drivers in the 19s, Farhan's. Farhan's, I'm not sure how you say that. But it's a 19.699 in the Porsche RSR. Looks like second overall is going to go to AERO Tommy in the Nismo with a 0.8, and Diamond Man 2014 will round out the top 3 in the Lambo Super. Fourth, I do believe, is LMP TVR in the Aston with a 20.2. Fifth looks like it's going to Raxa Laudo, also in a Nismo. Alright, so like we said at the beginning, the qualifying grid will determine the starting positions for the first heat. It'll be a rolling start. And I'm just looking at it now in the Forza category on Twitch. We are currently #1 right now that is streaming. So thank you for all those that are tuned in and now tuning in. Okay, for a second there, I thought there was some sort of handicap involved with some of these cars, but I guess not. It's just presentation. So we'll pull up the qualifying results one more time before we get underway. AERO, oh excuse me, not AERO, Tommy. It was Farhands with the fastest lap overall in the Porsche RSR. And then it was AERO, Tommy, and Diamond 2014 locking out the top 3. And it's LMP TVR and Raxa Laudo in 4th and 5th. Alright, so we are just about underway for the first 20 lap heat of the night, determined by the qualifying grid. One required stop for this race. We do have one more race right after this, so once this is over, do not go away. Here we go. Full lobby, 23 drivers. We'll do one pace lap and we'll turn them loose for 20 laps around Road Atlanta with one mandatory stop on the way as well. So, going to be very interesting to see how much the Nismo can catch up to the RSR, especially the RSR being a little bit more dominant down the streets, obviously. But the acceleration off the Nismo off corners is where it's going to gain time on the RSR here on the start. We also got Diamond Man in a powerhouse car in that Lambo Super, riding in a third in a very good spot to overtake the drivers in front of him. All about the speed. We got LMP TVR in fourth with the Aston Vantage. Also another XL car. Here we go. Very nice sight to see as we see the cars go down into the final chicane and then uphill to the last downhill right to start off this race. 20 laps for the first race of the night. One mandatory stop. RSR, Nismo, Lambo, Aston Vantage, the first two rows. Here we go. First race of the season is underway. Off into turn one, the RSR gets a good one car length over LMP TVR, who overtook Tommy in the Nismo. Tommy's not really having a good start here. We'll go back to him, and he's in a lot of mess. He's got a bunch of Lambos and another Nismo back there. Actually, he's got two Nismos behind him. So here he goes. Is Diamond Man really going to be on the attack here when we come up to this long straight here on the opening lap? Right on board with Tommy. Diamond really didn't get the exit he would like there, as you can already tell that the Nismo can really stretch a gap off corner exit. Diamond Man gaining a little bit there, but not a whole lot. So we're not really seeing it here early on. So an RSR will lead lap one. That will go to far hands with LMP TVR not too far behind in second. We'll go further back in the mid pack with AERO 952 here. And another RSR got Drift Cube in the Dodge Viper right behind him, as we get a DC from someone. As you can see, that Viper just passed the RSR like it was nothing there. Drift Cube up to 8th now, just barely inside this top 10. As we can see, Bay Area back there in 10th. The RSR is about to go at it for 9th and 10th. So it's all single file as the field's all stretched out. Far hands continues to lead. Right on board with the RSR here. If you picked a defensive line going in the chicane there, but he's going to get a really bad exit here. And there's nothing really 952 could do here. He's just gonna have to sit back here, as he really got an awful last corner there. So now it's even more work. Yeah, these RSRs are just very very hard to control. Oh, and Cube gets into the grass. A mistake by Cube sends him back to ninth. Oh, he almost hit that tire barrier. He barely smacked it, I think. We'll pull up the race map once again. Looks like we got something going on between Bayview, Jammers, and Laudo. We'll go up to that, the battle for the top 5 spot. Trying to stay in the slipstream here as best as they can. And it's really working. And the chicane isn't going to happen here. Nothing there for Jammers. Right here is where we're going to see all the grip cars just pounce on those power carbs. Right here through the downhill S's. Because they have a lot better gripping off corner time. But Lambo's a pretty hard car to pass. So possibly a mistake by Bayview could see a change in the top 5. So 952 leads basically the second group back there in 8th, 9th, 10th. Basically, those positions haven't changed whatsoever. But we'll go up to the battle for the race lead now. LMP2R seems to have something for our race leader for our hands. He's got AERO Tommy right behind him. About to take lap 6 of this race. And we got one car that basically stopped in the last corner. Go on board with the Vantage. Oh, we get another DC. Oh, Tommy gets into the back of TVR. Oh, and around he goes. Tommy straight into the back out. And they will continue on. Oh, man. That's really got to hurt because they were really battling with the leader there. They lost him a little bit there, but now they've really lost him. So basically, now it's going to have to come down to when these two are going to pit and possibly jump Farhands coming out. So we'll go back to that battle with 8th and 7th. That's 952. Then a Lambo sandwich with Bayview. Oh, it looks like Bayview lost a few places last time we saw. Actually, he's got a lot of Lambos ahead of him. Oh, 952. He's off into the grass, and he might have hit the tire barrier there. We barely saw it in the distance. Yeah, it's such a difficult place for a very snappy car. So right here, Cube's he's not gonna really do a whole lot here down the straight. Except just get in line and hope to see something happens here. Got ARC jersey in the C7R. Very nice power grip machine. So that is the battle going on inside the top 10. Everyone else behind them is pretty stretched out. Not much battling happening there. So it looks like Farhan's made a stop, it looks like. Pretty sure that's what happened. So TVR will take away the race lead. We'll go up one spot to Jersey. So it was STR Stung that disconnected. We'll actually check to see. I guess we can't check. I never knew that was a thing in spectator mode. Unless there isn't a required stop that we must have missed. I want to say he did pit. So top 5 TVR of Tommy, Jammers, Laudo, and Diamond 2014. As we're continuing to watch the battle between ARC and Jersey and Drift Cube, who is still all over the back bumper of that C7. Looks like Diamond Man up there in that 5th place spot might have something for Raxa Laudo. Diamond Man, oh, they're going side by side in the last corner. That's normally, we don't see any side by side action going on through that downhill right hander. But very nicely done by Diamond Man, sticking it. So he's up to 4th now. So the battle's not over yet. Oh, Diamond Man off into the grass. Feeling all sorts of pressure from that Nismo behind. Going through the S section. So it looks like we are starting to see some pit stops come into place. So we better keep track of that. So Tommy has passed TVR for the race lead as of now. But we'll look to see where Farhan's is back in 14th. Possibly the net lead there. But we'll go up to the race lead here momentarily as we see these two side by side going in the chicane here. Diamond to the inside. Can he get a drive off? Yes, he can. Diamond's able to stay in front. We'll go to the race lead with AERO Tommy. Jammers has also caught these two. Oh, TVR in the grass. That was very close. He almost hit the tire barrier. And TVR is struggling to keep the wheels on the track here. What I mean by that is he is losing all sorts of control in the car. You can see that Nismo all over the rear wing of the Vantage. This is where TBR is going to pull away. TBR has a little bit more top end, but the Nismo's still able to gain just a little bit here with that draft. Of course, TBR in the Vantage will be more dominant on the brakes. Those are your top three as of right now. Forehands did make an early pit stop is what it looks like, unless he made a mistake and we just didn't capture it. And we have another DC. I don't know who exactly that was. I mean, about 4 seconds behind third place here. So again, using the draft. Will he make a move in the chicane? He's looking for it to the inside. He goes very late on the brakes. He's going to go straight into the grass, and he's going to lose even more time on TBR. Tried to be brave on the brakes, and it did not work out, as we see TBR now go into the pits to make his required stop. So we'll look to see Farhand now coming to the chicane. Got in Vision and 952. Ford versus Porsche. A whole lot of wheel spin by 952. They're going to go... Oh, I thought they were going to go side by side there. See the Ford very fairly dominant right there. Oh, 952 makes a mistake, and we'll have to give up the 8th place spot. Oh, we got a big jump of cars back here. So Farhands in 12th has jumped in front of TVR further than that lead. AERO Tommy still yet to make his required stop. Now we've got Diamond Man, who is behind second place. That's US Jammers in the Nismo. So Jammers pits, Diamond Man stays out. Remy will let the leaders go on through. So if you're just tuning in with us, this is round number 1 of the AERO GTWC at Road Atlanta for the first race of the night. Approaching 5 to go here. Some drivers have yet to make their stop. We're watching the top 2. Have not made the required stop yet. Tommy will continue to stay out, as well as Diamond Man. Laudo pits from 3rd. So does Jersey. Viper's so good in that middle section. Alright, so still as it stands, top 5 yet to pit. Actually, top 6. Top 6 have not made their stop yet. We'll ride on board with Tommy to see if he will pit. Nope, we'll stay out once more. So TVR has started to gain the gap back to Farhands. We'll keep an eye on that. Go back to US Jammers here. Got lap traffic ahead with Frosty. Frosty will get out of the way. Take a look at the race stats. So for tonight, fastest lap is 19.5 Farhands, our pole sitter. To try to take back the lead. Diamond Man, now the race leader. We'll go up to Farhands now to see if he can get a spot coming off of the pits. Remember, Farhands pit way earlier ago. Will he get the spot? He should, and he does. He's up to 4th. Now he wants the race lead, as he is continuing to lead net-wise. TVR has barely passed Tommy. I mean, I would assume is just basically trying to hang on to that lead unless the ones he's racing with, or what he's going to race with, possibly make a mistake. approaching the very end of it as we have 3 laps to go. Go back to Bay Area, and Cube have never left each other from the very start of this race. Once again, at the very beginning, we said there is one more race right after this one. So don't go anywhere once this is over. Diamond Man's gonna have to pit this time. Or maybe not. Oh wait, no, it is 2 to go. Sorry, I got confused there. So Diamond Man will have to make his stop this time by. I doubt he will be the leader coming out of the pits. He felt like he was held up a little bit more than he wanted to there. We'll see where he does merge coming out. Might be in the between these two. Alright, race leader pits. Second place will be heading to the pits as well. New race leader is Farhands, the pole sitter. Diamond Man will have to settle for 4th right now. On this last lap. So contact between AERO, Tommy, and TVR at the very beginning of this thing, I'm pretty sure it was the deciding factor of this race, because they were all nose to tail of this top 3 that we're watching right now until Tommy actually got into the back of TVR and sent him sideways. And they just haven't been able to put a dent on that gap on Farhands. But coming around the final corner in the Porsche RSR, he's going to win the first heat of the night. TVR 2nd, Tommy 3rd, Diamond will finish 4th, US Jammers 5th. 6th will go to Laudo, Jersey 7th, 8th, Bayview, Bay Area 9th. 10th is gonna go to Drip Cube, your top 10. 952 Envision. Easy 13th, Luis 14th, Android 15th, Dom is Boris 16th, Remy 17th, 18th, Frosty 19th, Little Rory still racing, and Swarm will cap it off in the top 20s. So congrats to Farhands taking the first race win of the evening. So while we wait for the timer to expire, how the second race is going to be is it'll be a standing start with a 3-second roll-off delay. So basically the same circumstances, only there will be a pretty big gap between all the cars. So this was kind of an important race for track position and how big of a cushion you're going to have on the field, as Farhands will take the dub. First dub of the night. And we'll look to try to sweep the night here at Road Atlanta. And we'll pull up the final results for the viewers. So looking at fastest clean lap, looks like it's going to go to Diamond Man with a 19.9. Feel like if we saw more of the top three nose to tail like we did early on in the race, I feel like it would have been a very interesting finish. But second and third made contact, and they just could not catch him back. So we will get the second race up and going here very shortly. So stay tuned for the second race of the night. Alright, so I'm back, and it looks like we are just about set. To do a reverse grid race for the final race of the night. Alright, so this will basically be your starting grid. It is a reverse grid from last race. It will be a 3-second roll off delay, standing start. Swarm will lead us off, followed by Little Rory, Frosty, Remy, Dama's Board, Android, Luis, Easy, Envision, Arrow 952, and Drift Cube. That is the top 11 or 12. And Farhands will start towards the back after winning the first race of the night. Alright, last race of the night. And we're underway. There goes Swarm. We'll ride towards the drivers here. Going towards the back and watch them go off. We'll go a little further back here. Watching the drivers who finished towards the front, starting at the back, watching their start of the race, and off they go. And we'll go up to the front with Swarm. She will lead us, possibly leading the first lap here. Car is all stretched out, and it's all about strategy. Swarm will lead the first lap, as she's got company behind. We got Frosty and little Rari. Rari obviously in the Ferrari, and someone has lagged out. Go on board with, and oh, Swarm had a bad exit through the S's and will immediately lose the lead after leading the first lap. Our race leader is now Frosty. Alright, Ferrari look to the inside, nothing there. Might have something on the straight, but here we go. From the outside to the inside. Ferrari can't do a whole lot. Oh, he's in the grass. He didn't get forced there. That might have been his own doing. So, no battles as of yet going here, but this looks like the closest one as of now. We got Baby and Diamond Man. Two Lambos. Jump up the third with Remy and Dama's board. Aston versus McLaren. So Dom able to put a little bit of a gap here on that McLaren behind him. So we've only had one lead change so far. That was because Swarm made a mistake in the S's, and I'm not sure where she went. Unless she was the one that DC'd. I'm pretty sure that was her. Right now we're just gonna do a little swapping around here on the track since there's really no close to close action right now. Just everyone kind of single file running their own race as of now. A little few battles approaching here and there. So this might be looking like our probably first battling pass of the race. We got Android in the Viper and Luis in the SLS Mercedes. Oh, that was very close. We saw that happen in the previous race. I believe it was TVR that got into the grass and he almost hit the tire barriers. So Frosty able to put a good gap between himself and Dom. Faster drivers behind, kind of running their own little pack here. So from what it's looked like, Farhan's losing the kind of grip on the ones he wants to battle with. He's battling with TVR as of now, who finished second last race, so at least he's battling with someone that's kind of running his own pace. We'll go back with these two who still haven't broken away, and they are going side by side in this chicane. That is Bay Area and Drift Cube going off into the grass, comes back on the track, still side by side. So we go to the final corner. Downhill and onto the main straight, it will go to Cube. But this is where that RSR will gain all that speed back. Cube will take the defensive line in the turn number 1. Battle for that top 10 spot early on in this race. And now Cube will just kind of pull away here as he goes through the S's here. Probably from what it looks like, is the best car through that whole section out of the whole grid. Jersey up in the 12th. Good view on these two. So behind, not much has changed a whole lot, but we will go back to them. We'll go back with LMP TVR. Side by side with the RSR of Farhan's, the first and second place finishers last race in the reverse grid. Downhill into the chicane. Who's going to be last on the race? They are even going into the chicane. Farhan's forced to cut the chicane a little bit there. TVR forces him out a little bit wide, but who's going to have to drive off? And it looks like Farhan's might have it done. Farhan's up into 18th, putting the moves on TVR. So at the race map, someone made a mistake through the S's there, one of those green dots, but we'll keep on this battle here. See, right there is where you lose a lot of time. You're about to go into the grass, so you cut the car off to the opposite way that you don't want it to go, and that's where you lose all that time. As you can see, that's what TVR did. Now just kind of hold on to the draft. We'll go up to Bayview now. Ahead of AERO Tommy, behind Diamond Man. 15th and 16th, the battle we're watching now. Swarm, who started this race on the pole, has gone all the way back to 19th. Going in the chicane, they're going side by side, whether we want to or not. Tommy's forced to go the long way around, but he's not able to get it done. The Lambo will have the drive off, and will stay in front of AERO Tommy. So just by looking at the whole grid, it looks like the Nismo and the RSR are the two favorites. Tommy made it side by side there momentarily, but he just couldn't get the grip he needed off the corner. We'll go further up to AERO 9. Or is it? No, 592. That's what it was. He was just battling with someone. Was he just battling with Remy? I think so. Not sure why Remy's back there. So your race leader still Frosty, Dom second, Android third, fourth Luis, and Easy your top 5. We'll go up to 6th place with Envision in that Ford GT. Trying to track down Easy. So they're continuing to try to track down Easy for the 5th place spot. These two are going side by side through the double right. Tommy versus BB, two AERO drivers. No, Tommy really couldn't do a whole lot on the outside there. He was just going to slide right back in line. Here comes that Nismo in the slipstream. Side by side to the inside. Won't get forced to the outside this time through the chicane. And uphill, Tommy will take away the 14th place spot. So Dom has inherited the race lead. I thought Cube was battling someone there for a second. But we're going to watch these three. We got Jersey, Remy, and Bay Area. 9th, 10th, 11th. And with the speed by the C7, Jersey's able to get around them at clearing pretty easily. Jersey got a little bit wide in the final chicane. And Jersey's going to back off and he's going to pit. So Remy's got company behind. He's got Diamond Man and Tommy. I think Diamond Man's gonna get him in the chicane here. Way too quick on the straight. To the inside. Remy will just let him have it here. There's no competing with that Lambo. And he's cracked the top 10 for the first time tonight. Farhands, after struggling a little bit here on the start, has finally found some cars to battle with. Bayview and US Jammers. TVR back there in 16th must have had contact or must have ran into the grass somewhere. But now we'll finally get back up to the race lead. Dom in that Aston Vantage. Frosty, who had the lead earlier ago, I think would like it back. So I believe we had little Rory pit. That was one of the ones who was in this top 5 and is back just outside the top 20. pull up our race map. We'll see what's going on. So Ramy's in a mess with a bunch of Lambos and Nismos and RSRs. He has lost a ton of ground by possibly making a mistake that sent him right behind these three. As they're just staying in line trying to see how much ground they can make up. Jammers and forehands go side by side in the chicane. That's going to hurt Farhands as exit, considering that he went neck and neck in that chicane with Jammers. Ooh, Farhands had to hit the binders there. Not Farhands, Jammers. Went a little sideways there. So meanwhile, Diamond Man Tommy have caught the lead pack, and they look to try to catch more of it. Ooh, Frosty must have hit the tire barriers. Oh, and another car goes around. Here in the S's, we've got cars flying off into the grass. That was Android. I believe Android's in the Viper. And Frosty went off into the grass again, coming out of the middle part of the track. So tough break for Frosty, who was riding inside the second place spot, but just fell back and eventually just couldn't hold on to the car. Very interesting turn of events there. Never really seen someone go from that far up the grid and then that happened to them. But this is Road Atlanta, so anything could happen. So laps are starting to wind down here. Lap 17 of this race, now 18. And Diamond Man has caught another car. Hard on the brakes, out of the chicane. Diamond Man yet to hit the top 5 in race number 2 tonight. He is, I want to say, the fastest driver's last race. Be closest to try to take the lead away. So that AERO started to not get a great exit. Here comes Diamond all over the rear wing. Oh, he tried to block it, but Diamond is just too quick on the back straight. And up into 5th. Now they're going to go side by side in the chicane. Diamond will have the preferred line. And here comes Tommy taking advantage of this. And now he's all over the rear wing of Diamond Man. Got a lot of action going on in front of them. Some of those guys are a lap down though. Does Diamond Man have enough time? 2.5 laps to go. Dom, still the race leader, easy second. Luis third, and Vision the next to fall victim to Diamond Man. Tough race for TVR. We'll keep on with Tommy and Diamond Man 2014. 2 laps to go. So Diamond Man is just a little under 7 seconds behind our race leader. Not sure if that is enough time to catch. He has dealt with traffic all this race. Passing 4th. Side by side in the chicane. Envision really nothing he could do about that. Tommy will also take advantage of it and move right in front of that Ford. So both Tommy and Diamond Man in the top 5 here as they approach the final lap. So we'll go up to our top 3 considering it is the last lap. Dom second, Luis third. First is easy. I don't think Luis can really do a whole lot here. We'll see if Tommy has anything here. To the chicane. Battle for fourth. They go side by side. Tommy's this time is forced to go a long way around against Diamond Man, but he cannot get the drive off. Diamond Man will hang on to fourth. Second race is going to go to easy. Dom second. Luis third. Diamond Man fourth. Fifth, Tommy, your top five. Envision sixth. Bay Area seventh. AERO, Bayview eighth. Farhands ninth. Drift Cube, the top 10 in that order. Alright, we'll get our final race results for the second race of the night. Easy Dom, Luis, Diamond Man, Tommy, Envision Bay Area, Bayview, Farhands, Drift Cube, US Jammers, LMP TVR, Remy, ARC, M, Jersey, Rexa, Laudo, AERO, 592, Tabo Ansi, I guess that's how you say it, I don't know, 17th, AERO, Little Rari, 18th, and Swarm, 19th, Android, and Frosty DNF'd from this race. So, I was a little tired at the end there, so, I'm probably just gonna wrap up stream here tonight. Thanks, all those that, tune in for the stream for the first race of the AERO GTWC. I will be back in action streaming once again later on this week. So be on the lookout for that. Make sure to follow for more racing action here on my personal channel. We got some Tora Le Mans 24 hours qualifying and the 24-hour race itself on Saturday and Sunday. So thanks for everyone for watching. And until next time, keep it cool.